Hello everybody, it's Jace, and today I'm bringing to you guys a list of the most hyped and anticipated drops of the first half of March 2021, so please expect a part 2 later in this month. I will be covering aspects such as the how to cop, the difficulty of acquiring this item, I'll be talking about resale predictions, and I might even get into my favorite detail if I like the sneaker enough. And if I do miss your most anticipated sneaker, please let me know in the comments below. And as usual, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video. I really do appreciate it. I drop content like this every Thursday to keep you all looped in on what's going on in the sneaker world. Now, without further ado, let's get started with this video. Now, first on this list is obviously going to be March 4th. You all know what time it is. It is going to be the Supreme Dunk Drop. There's going to be 4 colorways. It's going to be the Bark Root Brown, the Black White, the Grinch Green, or the Mean Green, whatever you want to call it. And then there's also going to be that Game Royal. These sneakers are obviously super hyped. It's been pretty funny how there's been all of these people that allegedly cop these early pairs and they are just getting destroyed on social media for having fake. Some of them didn't even come with boxes. Super hilarious. As you guys already found out this morning, most likely the Supreme site broke. This is me guessing or telling the future right now. The Supreme website is going to stall and break for a lot of people. There is massive hype on these sneakers. They are currently reselling for upwards of $1,300 for every colorway, and the only place to cop is going to be sneakers. However, the latest rumor was that there is going to be decently high stock because they do come in purple Nike SB boxes, so these are going to be considered inline or GR releases. Now, if I had to guess, I'm going to say the cop difficulty was going to be 10 out of 10. These are going to be botted to hell. I personally really want the Mean Greens. Now, the second drop coming out March 4th is going to be these City Market Dunk Lows. These retailed at 100, current resale is around 400, and people are expecting these to go up to 500 plus. And I would say that's pretty in line with my prediction as well. I think these are very much like a What the Dunk style or like the Street Hawker style, where there are many different elements. It uses textures very well, many different materials and finishes. It successfully visually really catches your eye with the use of that transparent swoosh. Now on to the next hype day, which is going to be Saturday, March 6th. We are finally getting another new Yeezy. It's going to be the Yeezy 450 in the Cloud colorway. Now, we famously saw Kanye hopping out of his SUV almost a year ago in these, and everybody was wondering what they were. And now they are finally coming out with the first, what is going to be considered the OG colorway of this sneaker in that Cloud. These are going to be retailing for $200, and reselling these right now is kind of nuts. We're seeing them fluctuate between $500 to $1,000, really depending on the size. So I wouldn't say that these current backdoor or early pairs are indicative of what the real resale are going to be on these sneakers, but I would say because these are going to be the OG colorway of the sneaker, so essentially the first iteration, and looking at the past Yeezy drops, the first colorway almost always goes for the most money in the future. So I would say that over time, if you hold on to these, they will most likely go up to somewhere around $500, even $600. I think there's enough visual interest in these, and they are obviously very different from the other Yeezys that have come out. So there's definitely potential for these to skyrocket back to as high as $1,000, but I wouldn't bank on that happening though. And in terms of cop difficulty, there doesn't seem to really be any places to get these right now. I am expecting Yeezy Supply to get these because they are most likely going to be quite limited just because it's the first run. Expect these to drop on Yeezy Supply on 3/6 at 6 a.m. and if it doesn't, which it's currently not showing on the website, it might shock drop at a different time. But as of right now, there are no real confirmed places where it's coming out, and it might be potentially pushed back as it's not even showing up on the confirmed app either. Alright, next up, We have already been seeing some early pairs surface here. I know some people personally that already have some early pairs, which is going to be the Jordan 1 University Blue highs. Now these have been super hyped this past month and a month before that. There's been a lot of interest in these sneakers just because of that super clean colorway, I'm assuming. Now as usual, these are retailing for $170. They will be available at 7 a.m. as usual on the Sneakers app. And there are a bunch of raffles going on for it right now, so you make sure that you look into those. Go on Bodega, go on End, go on Social Status, go on all those websites and make sure that you enter the raffles. It will also be available on all of the Foot sites, but I believe that these are going to be first come first serve, with some of them like Foot Locker doing reservations, so make sure you do enter those as well. I think the cop difficulty on these aren't gonna be super high, but I would still say these are probably like a 7 out of 10 because we all know how popular Jordan 1s are at the moment. Now finally, we're talking about resale here. So right now we are seeing them at the levels around 450 to 500 depending on the size. Base sizes on these I think are gonna go crazy because at least most of the women I know, they love that baby blue color, and these are color blocked in a way, like I said, that is super clean. So I think base sizes, so anything that's like 6.5 and below, I think are going to go for close to $700-800. And I think the men's sizes are gonna definitely stabilize right around $400 to $500 and might eventually start going even higher because, like I said, these are very popular. And then the final shoe that is coming out on the 6th is going to be the Air Max 1 CLOT. I already talked about how they dropped last month in Asia on the 26th, but these are having a release in the EU and the UK now. So you can definitely enter on sites like End, and a couple of the other UK sites. I would maybe check Good Hood, and those places should have it available as a raffle. But like I said, when there is more details about the official US release, I will be including this again. So you will be seeing some repeats, but I just want to give you guys the news as it comes. And if you would like to see what my resale predictions for those Kiss of Deaths are gonna be, I will link the original February drop release video in the card above, and I will give you the timestamp to that. March 9th, we are seeing the release of 2 more dunks. So the first one is going to be for All-Star Weekend. We are going to be seeing the 2021 All-Star Weekend drop with 2 different shoes. There's going to be the foam posits, which I won't get too into because foam posits aren't that popular right now, and I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of people demand any kind of breakdown for the sneaker, so I will skip right onto the dunks. So the Dunk High All-Star 2021s, these are going to be coming in almost like a barely green quarter paneling and some of the accent panels, but the main color on this is gonna be that patent black leather all over the sneaker. I think the color looks pretty cool. You're gonna see that little hit of detail of that insignia on the heel counter as well. And these are going to retail for $110. Cop difficulty on these, I would say it's probably 5 out of 10. If you try to hit on sneakers, I think you'll actually have a good chance of getting them. They are still popular, but resale on these are quite low, and I don't think that these are going to skyrocket very much. They are currently sitting around $190. So at best, you're probably looking at lunch money for these. And secondly, we are seeing the SB Dunk High carpets. I already talked about these also in February, but the general release for skate shops is supposed to be $3.9 with the sneakers draw opening on $3.12. Just to recap, these will most likely be going for somewhere between $700 to $800. They are very unique looking, and they are definitely going to really fit that SB title with its unique features. March 10th, we got 3 different dunks coming out on the Sneakers app. We have the Dunk Low Black White, the first one. This sneaker is going to be super popular, I can already promise you that. This is going to be dubbed the poor man's Supreme Dunk when it comes out, inevitably after almost nobody can get their hands on the Supreme Dunks themselves. These are going to be the next best thing. So you can definitely bet that these are going to be a 10 out of 10 difficulty. Everyone is going to be looking to get their hands on this. Retail on these is going to be the typical $100. I would say the resale on these are currently $250 to $280, but because these pretty much look like the poor man's dunks, these are going to go up, I would say potentially up to even $500 or more. Now secondly, we also have the Syracuse Dunk Highs. Now, if you guys don't really know how popular the lows are, they are probably one of the most OG and most popular Dunk Low colorways around. They resell for quite a bit. I think they are still hovering around $450 to $500, and they originally re-released last year. So with these highs coming out, they are showing similar signs of a potential high resell. They are fluctuating between $280 to $450, and I would not be surprised if these are also going to eventually enter that territory of breaking $500, because it is that two-tone super clean color blocking, which is what dunks are really originally known for. The only thing that kind of is a strike against it is that it is a dunk high, and just looking at the data from the past year and a half, the dunk highs have not done as well as the lows in terms of pricing. But if you are looking for a personal pair, this would definitely be a cheaper alternative to the lows. Now, the final colorway that is coming out for the dunks is going to be a women's dunk for this day, and it is going to be the orange pearl. Now, I think these are super cool. They're almost like an off pastel pink. Not really much of an orange. If you really look at it, it looks a little orange. I think it's super unique. Again, it is in that two-tone. These are retailing at $100. Current resale levels is around $250 to $320, but like I said, that two-tone, and I think these can easily go up to $400, especially in the bigger sizes. Now, thoughts on the first half of March. I think March is filled with a lot of nice drops. I'm definitely going to be trying to get in on most of these drops, if not all of them. They're all super cool in their own way, but I think for me, the most exciting and surprising drop is definitely got to be the Yeezy 450s. I'm typically not a huge Yeezy fan, but I think as a product designer, I really appreciate how the outsole bleeds into the upper and serves as structural support. So I really want to get my hands on a pair to really test that out to see how it really feels. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. As usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification so you can get the latest updates from me every Thursday when I drop new videos just like this to keep you updated about what's going on in the sneaker world. And as usual, support your local businesses, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.